What's goody, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Bullets Gotti. You already know what it is. Back with another one. You know what I'm saying? I like the hat. It's fire, right? Detroit. I'm repping Detroit heavy right now. So, let me just say this, man. So, I got some work, right? But before we get into the work, before we get into Big Meech, a lot's been going on. A lot's been going on. I was watching Boosie interview. He spoke about the feds shutting down the concert, the Legacy concert, in the last minute, which that was kind of bewildered me a little bit. And then to hear about, basically just seeing how everybody hating on Meech is crazy, And then I heard Yayo perspective, which I understood it, because me, myself being a cancer and many, how I trace is just looking at a lot of successful cancers. Like, we could talk about the Mike Tysons, the 50s, the Benzinos, the Irv Gottis. Like, one thing about a cancer, man, we put so many people on, and we are about loyalty, but we also don't like to take orders, and we also don't like to be led by nobody. We our own leaders. We lead everybody, and you've seen it from every successful cancer. Whether it's Bill Cosby, whoever, we put on a lot of people. That's just our traits. And we help out a lot of people. So I understood, Meech and 50, they two different type of dudes. 50 is, he's a 48 laws of power dude, but he does have a big heart. And I felt that, like Yayo said, if he would have gave him a watch and he'd have gave him some money, like Yayo said, the picture with Rose would have never happened. And him coming home, and the show's not going on because the BMF show is not coming out until whenever. I don't know when it's renewed to come back, but and I understand, it's like that. People gotta live. People gotta, he got a crib, him and living with his baby mother. So it's like he needed, like, some income coming in. You know what I'm saying? And he landed them, you got Rich Paul, who's working with Meech also. You got dudes like, you got Oprah pitching. A lot of people is coming to do interviews and want him to do podcasts. So it's a lot of people that want to work with Meech because he's a legendary figure. His story is legendary, whether you like it or not. And people wanted to put the rat jacket on because out of jealousy. You look at Blue, you look at Cuffy, they jealous, right? But I just want y'all to listen to this video real quick. A homie breaking it down, how Meech got home and how he was able to got his freedom. Let's just play this. Shout out to the homie. His name is Chosen One Jackpot. Go support his platform. Just listen to what he just said here.
Meech has done about maybe 22 years or so. What you got to realize is, off a 30-year sentence, he's probably getting 5 years off for good time. Like, I don't think people understand the feds. So you're going to get all of this time off for good time. Then you're going to get a year off for the drug program. The RDAP program give you a year off. They did not let me get the RDAP program because they said I had no drug habit on file. So I couldn't get it. But if you had a weed habit or alcohol habit or pill habit or cocaine habit or crack habit or heroin habit, whatever, you can get RDAP, and they're going to give you this year off if you complete the program. The only problem is, if you do any little thing, they try to take that year back and make you come back and finish that year. But you get that year off. So we're already looking at 24 to 23 years. We're already looking at 24 to 23 years. Has done about maybe 20.
So, like the homie said, when you in these programs, drug programs, whatever type of college programs, you get your time shaved off, right? Meech got a compassionate release. The First Step Act, which Obama came with, and a lot of people have been coming home from that First Step Act that, you know, that was drafted by Rand, that was really created by Cory Booker and Rand Paul, and Obama was the one that signed it into law, right? So a lot of people, you see Lou Hobbs, Prince, Akbar Parade, King Tut, many others that don't have nonviolent that have been model prisoners or nonviolent offenders is able to come on that First Step Act. So if you've been doing programs, college, whatever, and you're not in the maximums, you're in the mediums, and you're not dealing with, you know, dudes cutting and all that. You know, the dudes that's been, you know, minding their business, doing their time, they is coming home, you know, from that First Step Act. You know, a lot of people say, yo, why Boy George ain't coming home? Well, Boy George is the leader of a Puerto Rican gang, you know what I'm saying? And it's not only just Boy George, there's many others that you don't see coming home because they're still doing and indulging in things that's holding them back to come back home to their family. So when people So a lot of people don't understand that, you know, that is basically, you know, people that's really, you know, not doing anything to get in a problem. And Meech was in a camp, you know, and he did his time. He went to jail. He came home in November of 24, I mean. And he was originally, his release date originally was supposed to be November 2025. He would have did 20. He would have came home in 20. But he came home in 19, so he came home November 2024. He got scooped up by the feds November 2005, the BMF indictment, right? So him being indicted back then, 2005, he got snatched up November. Right? Just like he got snatched up, just like he came home. So he did 19 years. You know, and there's a lot of people that did 19, 20, you know, people acting like Meech did 12 or 10 or 9 or 6 or 5 years. The man did almost 20. You know what I'm saying? And they just don't want to deal with the facts. They want to go with the narrative that Blue Da Vinci putting out there. You know, they want to go with the narrative that Cuffy's putting out there, right? Well, let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about this work right here. Right? I want to say I got this work today. And this is a case that's dating back to 2007. Right? And I want people to really look at this paperwork. Paperwork is on my Instagram. But I want people to really look at this because you got a dude that's running around saying this about Meech, but his name is also in this indictment. You know, he's all up in this indictment. Hold on. I'm about to get the page. I'm going to read you a couple of it right here. Hold on. We're going to get the page. Where's Gatling name at? No, this ain't this one. Hold on. See, I told people I was going to get to work, and I finally did. So, right here. As set forth in the affidavit at the time, the first application, the agents were investigating a drug trafficking organization believed to be headed by Cuffy Gatling. The organization was believed to have strong ties with the Black Mafia family network, a street gang entrenched in several cities, including Atlanta, Detroit, Houston, and Los Angeles. Investigations showed the organization in St. Louis was engaged in trafficking volume of amount of cocaine and lesser degree in marijuana. Dion Gatling was an associate. Hold on. Let's get. Hold on. We're going to get to that next page. Hold on. Was an associate member of the Black, was not a member of the Black Mafia family drug trafficking organization. The corroborating source advised that between November of 2003 and February of 2005, source alone purchased approximately 1,200 kilos of cocaine. The estimate cost of $24 million. Now, was supplied with cocaine by Gatling and Ernest was supplied, and perhaps also Gatling. The strong ties of the BMF organization. Ernest and Jefferson had a strong ties of the BMF organization. The affidavit summarized information from 3 confidential sources, some of whom were admitted narcotics traffickers, right? So, the drug transactions between that source and Dion Gatling in connections with an independent investigation, one confidential informant advised that Ernest used the residence of Ernest's brother and identified only as Death Row, the safe house. Now, mind you, right? And I'm just going to leave it there. You can look at the rest of the paperwork on my Instagram page, Bullet Scotty. To have this man say that Meech was in his paperwork, right? And he's in this guy, Collins and Giggs' paperwork. He's in both of these dudes' paperwork, which I don't understand. Why is you in these two brothers' paperwork and you saying this man is in your paperwork, but you also in their paperwork, and you was being investigated just like they was being investigated, and they didn't snatch you up? Your organization continued from 2009 all the way to 2014, I mean. So you to have an organization. Yeah, so when people say that this dude had an organization going on, and then you had the nerve to say that this man did a third party cooperating, shouldn't Giggs and Collins say Cuffy Gatling did a third party cooperation against us? Don't that look kind of funny in the light that you've been running around saying, oh, I got sealed documents? But now we find out that maybe your sealed documents come from this case, because you was hiding this in the clear blue, and nobody knew about this case. Nobody knew about this case from 07. You was hiding this from everybody because you didn't want it to come out. But you've been doing too much, and somebody put it out there. Because you've been online talking about, yo, Meech corroborated, got me locked up. Bruh, it looked like, bruh, you was doing the working. And you and Blue both was doing the working. There's no way, bro, that they let you go from 2000, because your thing says your organization went from 2009 to 2014. So you had a long run in the streets. You know, there's no way in hell that you get that long of a run, and you mean to tell me that you didn't do no talent? Come on, bro. That's too much of a long run, bro. We know something ain't adding up with that. Something not adding up, bro. That you had a long run like that, and then you got the nerve to call that man a rat. Come on, bro. You call that man a rat, and knowing you had the longest run in the streets, and you was never affiliated with BMF. So how can you say, yeah, I'm affiliated with BMF? You was never affiliated with them. You ain't never had ties with BMF. But the sad part is the truth is coming out. We got the work now. And now we know what was going on in the dark. Like they say, man, what's done in the dark must come to light. And you've been hiding this from the people. So the people didn't know that you had work. You all up in this man case. It's like, it's 16 pages of this man's name and Collins and Giggs' work. 16 pages. It's not one page. It's not 2 pages. It's 16 pages. And he was being investigated like they was being investigated. So it's 16 pages of you all up in the work. And you haven't once, you talk all this about Meech did this, Meech did that, but you was all up in another man's paperwork, 16 pages. 16 pages of you in the work. You know what I'm saying? 16 pages. And I got it all on my page. 20. No, not even. 20 pages of you on the work. Let me not say 16. It's 20 pages. So you in the work for 20 pages. So you no different than Blue. Blue got his hand caught in the cookie jar. He also was a snitch. You also got your hand caught in the cookie jar. You also was cooperating and working. So that's crazy, you know. That's crazy, though. But hey, it is what it is, man. Salute, it's your boy Buzz Guy. You already know what it is.